So Saturday night around 10 o'clock, police responded to 89 Huxley Ave for a report of a man shot. When they arrived, they found Mr. James Owens, age 33, lying in the driveway suffering from a gunshot wound. He was treated on scene by rescue, taken to Rhode Island Hospital, where he was later pronounced dead. So, like I had told you that night, our investigation started. At that moment, we've been interviewing witnesses, looking at other possible evidence, and at this point, it could have been, and I know what your questions are, could have been somebody that had pulled up and this victim had lived there, he came out of the house, or it could have been somebody in the house. We're not sure at this point. So the investigation continues, and if you have any questions.
You said someone could have drove up, or it could have been someone in the house?
Right.
Did he, obviously he lived with other people, is anybody there in custody or anything?
He did live with other people. Nobody's in custody, and I'm just giving you all the scenarios because we haven't really nailed it down yet.
I believe you said you believe it was targeted, though? This was not some random act. What makes you believe that if you're not sure if it was somebody?
Well, either way, if it was somebody in the house, they know him. If somebody pulled up to the house, they're looking for him. That's why we say it's a targeted shooting. So we're pretty sure of that.
Who was he living with? Do you know?
Some friends or another family member.
And this guy, he seems to have had quite a criminal history with, he knows law enforcement, some gun charges. Can you speak a little bit to his background?
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to get into like his past, now that he's passed away. I mean, he has a history with us. He does, I'll say that. But I'm not going to go into any specifics with it.
This is the city's 23rd homicide of the year, right?
Right.
Can you put that in context? Just a couple of years ago, it was half that number. What does it mean to have 23 homicides in the city?
I mean, what does it mean? It's not good, obviously. Like I said, we have problems with a lot of guns on the street. We have taken a record number of guns off the street. We have prevented a ton of probably injuries just by doing that. So we're working hard, and hopefully the results will show soon.
When's the last time we had this many homicides? Back like early 2000s sort of time frame?
Maybe I don't know, around the 7-8 era, 2000.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do you believe, did Mr. Owens have an affiliation with any group that may have made him a target?
Well, he's been known to be, we know he's associated or where his friends are, but we don't know if that's, or who he's associated with caused his murder. So.
And kind of following off Brian's question, I know we've asked the same question several times.
Yeah.
Do you believe there is more, apart from the guns, there's more tension between rival groups or gang violence or group violence in the city for some reason?
No, not any more than usual when problems happen between groups. It's not that, I'm not going to say people are more angrier now or anything like that. It's just, things come up. There's always a reason for something happening, and we have to find out what that was.
There's been more calls for more community policing, more, I know this may not necessarily be your area, but more officers kind of walking the streets and in the neighborhoods. Has any of that changed in the last couple months, the tactics? Again, since we've been here several times, has anything changed in terms of the direction the department has taken in the last few months?
Yeah, so we've been more directive with our patrol. We've been more direct with our deploying our detectives and our plainclothes officers, and it has showed some result. We just graduated our academy. I believe we have 49 new recruits coming out. They're in training right now on the street with field training officers. They should be done probably in about 5 or 6 weeks. That's when I think you'll see more foot patrols. Like I said, it's not my area. This is my understanding when I'm with the command staff.
I think it was originally reported that this was near Providence College. It didn't have any connection to the college itself, did it?
It is near Providence College, but it had nothing to do with Providence College.
Evidence markers showed there were a lot of bullet casings in the area. Can you speak to that and just how, possibly reckless having that many shots fired is?
There weren't many. There weren't many in that area. I mean, we've had scenes lately that's had a lot of casings in it, and that is dangerous to everyone and bystanders. So, like I said, that's one of our major problems that we're working on, and we're having some good results with.
Major, it seemed like there was a lot of people in the area that night on scene. Was there, do you know if there was any type of gathering, party going on at that house?
At that house?
Yeah.
I don't believe so. I mean, there might have been a small, quiet gathering inside, but no, not a party or anything.
And nothing that could have led to what happened, or at least that you know of?
There wasn't a party there per se with a ton of people, nothing like that.
With 23, not Providence, with 23 homicides, what would you say to somebody who's concerned about safety in the city right now?
Well, look, most of these are targeted. And, like I said before, the city is as safe as most cities that are safe. I mean, it's not, some, I'll give you that, some cities aren't safe. This is a safe city. And like I told you, I come in this city when I'm not working. I bring my family, my wife here. My children, one of them lives in the city of Providence. So I'm fine with it, and anybody else should. It's just these are targeted situations for the most part, and we're working hard to try and make these people safe too. I mean, it's, we do the best we can with what we have.
Is this a situation where, are people cooperating in the investigation, or are they helping you along? Like any witnesses?
We never disclose that.
And can you spell his name? And you said he was 33, right?
Yeah.
And James, typical spelling on both James and Owens?
Oh, yeah.
So did you say 33 or 34?
33. Yeah.
How many open cases we have of soul murders this year?
I think we're going to be over 70% solved. So detectives have worked very hard this year. They've done a great job. We've solved a lot of murders. So.
Do you have a number on the arrest? I know you just mentioned you'd be at 70%. Do you know of the 23 now? Do you know how many there've been arrested? I think at last check, when a few homicides ago, it was less than 10. I want to say, or somewhere around there. Is that right?
Yeah, we've made some arrests, as you have seen in the last month and a half. I don't have the exact numbers with me, but I'll give them to you.
And I'm sorry if you said this, but did he live in Providence? He lived in that address where he was
Yes.
shot outside? Okay,
Yes.
sorry if you said that.
And you said there weren't many shots fired. Do you know exactly how many were
What's that
fired?
again?
How many shots were fired in this case?
More than one, not a lot, but we'll leave it at that.
There was some reports that he was shot in the head. Is that true? Or do you know that?
Yeah. I don't believe so, but that's another thing that we don't really put out. And I never put that out. I saw it out there, but you didn't hear that from me at the scene. So.